So, hey y'all, how y'all doing today? I just want to step into the room and welcome everyone that came to this week's live coaching session, week 4, the Heart Chakra. This is for the people that are here in the live session, and this is also for the people that will watch the recording afterwards. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. All
Welcome, welcome,
right.
welcome, welcome.
What up, dog? Yeah.
Last week, y'all.
Yeah.
Last week was absolutely
Yeah.
beautiful.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. It was deep.
Yeah.
We went in deep last week, and we going in deep this week.
We got to get to it.
I saw a question come in the comments about hummingbirds. Who's that?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
That was Zandra.
Hey.
You can unmute and ask.
Yeah.
I've seen hummingbirds all week in front of my cars, in the tree outside of my window. There was one perched. It actually like flew down and it was on the ground, and I couldn't go into my garage because it stayed there. So
Mhm.
I waited and I took a picture of it. So, you know, Rochelle mentioned hummingbirds, and I'm like, wait, what is it with the hummingbirds? Because all week.
Yeah. Hummingbirds are the ancestors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Usually I see dragonflies, but
Hummingbirds and dragonflies are associated with the ancestors. I probably saw about maybe 5 hummingbirds today when I'm sitting in the side garden. It used to scare me because they would come right behind my head, and I would hear their wings and it from anywhere, and it'll scare me, and I turn, and when I turn I would scare them. But now I automatically tap into the sound, and I just turn my head and look, and they just be literally just right here. You know, they keep coming in our backyard because I keep telling them that I'm gonna get them like a little hummingbird feeder and stuff, but I ain't did it yet.
Right.
So they be coming.
They checking on you. They checking on you.
And when they see I ain't got it, they be taking the stuff out my plants. And then like I take this out of this since you ain't got my stuff back here. And you gonna come out here and that plant gonna be dried up. So I'm gonna need you to go ahead.
Just like a janky old family member. You ain't keeping your word.
Exactly. So get that. But yeah. So before we get into this week and how this week showed up, if you guys, I know you guys went ahead and lit your coals, you can go ahead and add your sacred smoke to it, and we'll pray.
Yes. I'm really excited. I can't lie. My wife said, yeah, I was too geeked MC. I have been. I've been too geeked MC basically all week, just based off of coming off of the previous session. Pardon me. And then knowing that now we in this, we on this chakra, the heart chakra. I already know. You guys are gonna be open. I already know it's gonna be deep, but that's what we're here for.
Oh, also, before we start, I know a few of you guys reached out to me about getting some more spiritual cleansing spray and some more shamanic sacred smoke. Well, now I have the full sizes. What you guys had in the kit was the sample size of the sacred smoke. But I do want to let you know that if you decide to get the smoke, like say if you want to get the smoke and the spray, if you decide to don't get it separately, because if you get the smoke, you'll get offered the spray for cheaper. Right? I think it's like $13 or something off of the spray, or something, $13-14 off of the spray. And if you decide to get the spray, then the smoke will be offered for cheaper. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, the same thing. So don't go buy one and then buy the other one, because you'll be paying full price for both. but just for
Yeah,
that,
as an option.
as an option. If you want to do that, I'll send the link out. I'll send an email for those that have reached out. Okay. So if you got,
thank you. No, Cynthia just said that the spiritual spray is the truth.
Oh, thank you. Who said that?
That's Cynthia.
Cynthia, thank you. Yes, that spiritual spray is the truth. Like, I spray that every single day, multiple times a day. I keep some in my car. I keep some in my purse.
Yeah.
Like, I was always spraying the house. I'm spraying my hair. We can spray each other before we walk out the house. All that. The spray is literally, and it's the same spray I use in ceremony.
Okay.
So I know what to do in ceremony. So I know what to do on this side.
Yeah.
What happened?
Says so you can send the link also.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna send a email with the link, and if you just want me to send it straight to you, I can do that too. It's up to y'all. But okay, if you guys can go ahead and bow your head and close your eyes so we can go ahead and start this prayer. We can start this session. In the realm of the hearts, the sacred space, we gather. With love, pure light, illuminating our path, our hearts will be open vessels of compassion, forgiveness, and kindness. As we journey through the heart chakras, may we be purified as we embody love's true essence. We release fear and we embrace the truth of what we really are. Love incarnate. Ashe, Aho.
Ashe, Aho.
All right.
Yeah.
So if we could talk a little bit, who want to let me know how this week showed up for them?
Good.
Tonka will.
Tonka will. Okay. She just go ahead and just put you
up. Okay. And
Heather, well, the beginning of the week was, like I was saying before y'all got on, we was in the beginning when we first came on. You know how people in the past was talking about Mondays was the hardest day. It was this. I had never experienced that through the solar plex, the root. But this past Monday was deep. I had to call Zeno. On my way to work. I was like, bro, I need 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
And it was just, I didn't know my heart was blocked up like that. You know, when going through healing and going through this and doing this and starting this journey, you don't realize, well, I didn't realize that it was a lot of blockage in my heart towards people. And then I started getting sad because I was like, I don't want to have this stuff in my heart and then me blocking my blessings because I got stuff in my heart towards people. And then that made me cry. And then literally before Zeno called me, because I texted him, I said, can we talk? Before he called me, I'm driving down the street. I'm sitting there crying. I was like, what the hell is this, man? I got to go to work. I was like, I can't be doing that. But we started in the morning, we started the mirror work. And right after the mirror work, me and Amanda got in this deep conversation and that blew up. And then I left work for work.
Tonka was in the shower. His started in the shower. He was like, oh, this guy, he got me fucked up. I was like, what? I said, what did happen? You done slipped on the slope? What's going on? Right. He got the soapy sun. Tonka was off the chain. And I was sitting there like,
Let's just say it fucked with me the whole day from both jobs. I went to 1 in the morning, 1 at night. And I was like, this is ridiculous. I don't want to be feeling like this. So I was hesitant to keep doing it, but I'm glad I kept going because I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about love in myself more, showing love. Because, you know, before I used to think that I show love, like with my children, I used to think that because I talk to them and I'd be like, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. You know, that was showing love, never realizing that I don't tell my children I love them. You know, never like this past 2 weeks within the last 2 weeks, the solar plex and this one, I've been literally getting up in the morning. Good morning. I love you. Good morning. I love you. Because, you know, it's 6 of them. So you got to text all 6.
Yeah.
And even my oldest son, he called his mama. His mama called me and was like, you okay? I was like, yeah. She was like, because your son concerned because he said you never text him telling him I love you. And I was like, well, I said, that's what I'm doing right now. Y'all accept the love. And that was because I learned to love myself this week. I learned to show me love. And then once I started showing me love and forgiving myself and forgiving myself for even having that shit in my heart so I can release it. And then talking with Amanda, this past week, we didn't had I done learned a lot from her because I was telling her earlier, I can say what I'm trying to say, but then when I say it to her, she spit it back to me and she said it the right way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds good. That's what I was trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this week was one of the, like I said, it started out hard. It ended up better. I'm still working through some stuff, but I'll be all right.
Yeah, you recognize it though. You're able to see yourself. You're able to feel the blockage.
Mm-hmm.
And so now you know where the work is, where you would feel the feeling and you would just move in that. That'll determine your day. That'll determine your life, your world, your environment, your universe. You know what I mean? Walking around with your heart just blocked.
Like I say, when it opened up, I could tell, like I was saying at the beginning of the meeting, more people started opening up, talking to me. And at the same time, that was cool. But then I didn't want them talking to me. I was like, y'all talking too much. I really don't want to hear what you got to say. And it was because I was in my zone trying to deal with my shit. And then I was like, y'all just talking. I told a little girl earlier that I said, stop talking if you're not talking about nothing. Stop. And she looked at me and she laughed and she walked away. But I understand why they was coming at me because normally they come to me, but this week it was like everybody wanted to come talk to me. And I was like, Jesus, what is wrong with y'all people? But I understand. I was releasing some of that emotional pain in my heart. I was releasing some of, because even this week, earlier today, I was sitting there at work doing a schedule. All of a sudden, I started getting ready to cry. Like I was trying to tell the boy to do something. I couldn't even get the words out. I was like, what the hell is all this damn crying? And it was releasing. And I was like, I can't keep crying. Not at work. Not at work. Not with all these Negroes at work, because then they're gonna start looking at me and talking. I was like, I can't have them doing that. Not when you're trying to tell people what to do. So I sucked it in. I was like, all right, I'm gonna just do it when I get in the truck.
When you open your heart, you draw people. When you decide to open your heart, you draw people. You're gonna draw all kind of people. That's why you have to be able to discern, hear, see, and know. Because that's when you also connect to people that are sent to help you on your path, right? In some way, shape, form, or another. So when you call into the universe and you say, okay, now I'm ready to open my heart, but be specific on what you're opening your heart to. Also, when you do that, don't think you're going to say you open. Now you also need to say what you're releasing from your heart, because if you don't release it, but your heart is open, like that's a contradiction, right? If you're going to open it, how is it going to get open? You have to release something out of it to open
so
it.
I can feel that part.
Exactly, to receive, to draw that energy back towards you.
This week has been really good for me. It's been difficult, but just reconnecting with my heart. I realized I do pretty much everything out of my head. And so really just allowing my heart to just feel. Yeah, that's been a pretty good journey this week. I've just kind of had this realization of the love that I've been looking for, the acceptance I've been seeking all my life. It actually needs to come from me, and that's where it's coming now. And that's really opened me up a lot. I don't all the way know how to put it into words, but getting to know myself. I'm 55 years old, and it's like I'm getting to know myself. what I really like, what I don't like, and it's not wrapped up in somebody else. Uh, so it's been great.
Thank you, Heather. I
Yes.
appreciate that. Amanda, I know you wanted to talk about how it showed up for you.
So Tonka had his on Monday. Mine hit on Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
You know, I had to aid him through his. Then mine hit like a 24 piece.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna kind of give like a little bit of personal information, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say about what, 8-9 months ago, Tonka and I had a marital situation. And he went and shared his experience with his mother.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And me and his mother I said we were really, well, we were cool. We'll say close, we were cool.
Okay.
And because of what he shared, of course, she sided with her son.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, and I kind of felt like throughout the 22 years that we've been married, I've always covered Tonka. Like I didn't let people see him. I ain't care. I ain't let the kids see. I ain't let my mama see. I didn't even tell his mother. So I kind of felt I was mad at him. So I said, oh, nigga, I can cover you, but you're just going to leave me out there just defend, because I'll fight. I'll say what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't want to fight his mama.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I wasn't above reproach either.
Mm-hmm.
So when he told his mom, I guess what took me back was she started disliking me because of what he shared.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how you be like, oh, okay, I don't care about her disliking me. That's her. Fuck her. F her. But I act like it didn't bother me, but it really did.
Mm-hmm.
So my words, because Tonka would say stuff. I say, some stuff you might want to keep between you and Jesus, because if you tell me when I see your mama and she speak to me, I'm gonna call her out. So don't tell me everything she says, because I really can't handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I go and I said to him, I said, my issue is this is our marriage. She too attached to the outcome of what we do and don't do. And I didn't understand that. Like, why you care that much? Right. But I also realized as long as I was taking the blows, it was good. But if Tonka took a blow, then I wasn't no earthly good or who I think I am and da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
So initially I thought I was cool. And then when we did the heart chakra about loving all beings, I was like, oh, I got a problem with this being. I said, because she got me messed up.
Right.
I told Tuck, I said, yo, mama, I can't do her. So I had to really go in and be like, and then I told Tuck, you may not want to hear the words that's coming out of my mouth, because I don't want to hurt your feelings. I'm about to tell you about your mama. And then I was like, I'll call your mama and I'll tell your mama how I feel. Right. So I think I was on a rant for about all day? Yeah, all day. It was
all day.
Yeah, because I was gonna be about 2 or 3 hours. But I was 38 hot. I was like, who in the flying flip do she think she is? Like, I was going in. And I told her, I'm gonna call her. Talk was like, he said, call her. And I got that phone out so quick. I was like, and then Source hit me like, you gonna call her and tell her what?
Uh-huh.
Right? And then I literally could not get past the how dare you. And then I was like, okay, Amanda, what's going on with you?
Boom, there it is.
And I cried like a baby.
Mm-hmm.
I cried so much my lash had the gangster lean. I was like, this messed up. I was so mad. I was like, wow. I said, okay. I said, what it is another sense of expectation.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted you to be grateful, right? I stuck through with your son, and I supposedly mess up one time, and you throw me to the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
That hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So then I said, okay, who have I thrown to the dogs? You know, when they messed up with me.
Oh,
And it made me think about a friend that we had who she was there for us. And when I had the salon, she stole money from me. And she was living with us, and I threw her out on the street. She had nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing hit me like a 24 piece.
Mm-hmm.
And even though she and I had made amends, right? She understood, but that still has to come back because I was still in that vibration. I hadn't evolved. What I realized about being stuck is really stagnated energy that hasn't been released. So then as I began to do keep going and speaking to myself, speaking to my heart, I began to feel like I was changing, I was morphing, I was changing how I see people. I no longer expect anybody to be anything but who they are. And that's pure source energy. And when I look at the vibrations of others, I intentionally, with intention, just see love. And sometimes what I feel back, the passion, the what I really want for myself, I expect it to come from others.
Right.
So then I just started pouring into myself, loving on myself, and accepting me for who I really am. I love me just like I am. I'm the shit. Right. And so then by the time I finished, I told Tonka, I said, I get it. I get it. Baby, I get this thing. That thing hit me like a 24 piece. And then that Monday, so that was that Monday morning, I went through it all Sunday, and then I get a text. Now, I haven't told anybody I was doing this 7-week chakra course, right? So now mind you, the solar plexus and then the heart, I could see them randomly. I'm driving, I could see them both going at the same time.
Yeah.
And then I get this text message. And this right here, I was like, oh yeah, this is real. I got this text message from a friend of mine named Courtney. He texts me out of the blue. Well, not out of the blue, but you know what I mean. He says, a gentle reminder. There's power in the yes. Keep saying yes, Amanda. The Father hears you. So what I heard, I gave myself a new yes. When I released her, I said, you know what? I'm going to give me a chance to go back and manifest what I tried to do back then with the salon. I now release the stagnated energy and I say yes to me. And when I said that, not only did I get this text, but then I got other people calling me and asking me about my hair oils. I did hair oils a long time ago and my shampoos. And I was like, I dropped everything. I dropped the hurt, the pain. I was like, oh, just F it. And so now I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna bet on me.
Yeah.
I'm going hard for me. And so this week was a bomb.com. For real.
That's something, Amanda, you're saying, that when you finally asked the question that basically Source showed you where, man, you inflicted some pain. And I'm gonna tell you, that's probably one of the most effective ways to heal, when Source ends up showing you yourself and how you done some things.
You know what? That is something, because I told Tonka, we actually was talking about the heart chakra, and we were talking about Curtis. We talked about Kurt. And I had to tell my husband that even though you may have manifested that part, there's a part that I manifested too. And that was the feeling of being desired, the feeling of wanting someone to love me like to love me twice. Tonka was present, but Tonka was there, but
Right.
Tonka never saw me. He saw the things that I did, the cooking, the keeping the house clean, the taking care of the kids, his kids, my kids, all kids, cooking them dinner, serving them dinner. But he didn't see me, the person. And I was so busy trying to be sanctified. But within myself, I wanted and desired to be sexy and wanted others to desire me. And, you know, and in that, I manifested someone who saw me that way and expressed it, right? And so it really wasn't me saying I didn't want Tonka, but I wanted that energy. I wanted, like, why you can't go in here and fix a salon? Why you can't lay a floor? Why you can't paint? You know, why isn't what I'm doing you can't do for me? Love me this way. When I realized the true manifestation of it, right? And then to sit in it and talk to him about it.
Right.
To tell him, even today, we had a conversation today, and I told him, I said, you know, we at the salon, we were talking about the movie called the Hall Pass. The Hall Pass?
Hall Pass.
The Hall Pass. So we were talking about the Hall Pass. And so then I hadn't seen the movie, and Tonka said he's seen the movie, and he was like, yeah, no, you can't do that. You don't have no hall pass. Tonka said, he was like, hell no, ain't nobody gonna do no hall pass, right? And then the more we talked about it, right? And he said his reason at the end of the conversation was, I just want you to choose me. Right. And then I was like, it's not about me not choosing you. It's now me finding out who I am as a woman. All these years, I just haven't been a woman. I've been a mother. I've been a wife, but I wasn't there for me. Like, what made me feel sexy? I changed my hair. I changed this, but I really wanted, honey, I wanted to call him in, honey. I wanted to be like, woo, woo, see me, you know? And Tonka, he would be like, go on with that. All this sexiness. But now I can see it wasn't about hurting anybody. It was really expressing who I am. You know, but then having a realization that hurting people hurt people in because of the perceptions and the expectations that we put on the marriage and your responsibility and what you should do, what you better not do. And I was like, I don't want nobody controlling me the way my mama controlled me. I didn't want to be in a marriage where I felt the same way. Like, what you mean I can't do it? You're gonna tell me who I can't be friends with? Everybody, my friend, he my friend too. And it was just me rebelling against what I didn't have the courage to rebel against with my mom. You're not going to tell me who can be my friend. Nobody.
Work. Do y'all hear that work? Do y'all hear that work? Just being authentic and so real and raw with yourself. Yeah. That's what it takes to, the truth.
Yeah.
Shall make you.
Yeah.
Not try to make you free.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that, you guys.
Yeah. You don't know how many people you help.
Yeah.
Or going to help.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Or are helping.
Yeah. Like, for real. You even helping people in the comments now. And I'm thankful and I'm grateful that, you know, you even felt safe enough in the space to talk about it.
Yeah. Coco said, thank you for being so vulnerable and sharing.
Yeah. So what we gonna do today is you're going to raise your hand. And from here, that will determine which affirmation you speak to yourself in the mirror. Into your reflection, into your soul. Okay, Alex,
Lauren,
Rochelle. And who else?
Heather,
did you really want to hold your hand up, or did you hold your hand up just to become the fourth one?
I know.
Huh? All right, you ready, Lauren?
Yes, I'm ready. Oh, I got a lot to get. I have a lot I need to get off my chest. So
Okay.
Oh, good,
got a
good.
lot of things I want to say.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm in a space. I just got a call from one of my closest friends is getting engaged this weekend. So her boyfriend just called me. That's why I've been on and off the camera. And my mood is shifted. I'm trying to figure out the root of that. But before that, it's like other stuff that I want to share too. But I think it has something to do with that, possibly.
Okay. You want to
Okay.
share it now, or you
Yeah.
want to share it after? You want to share it now
No.
before you actually say the
Let's
before
share
you
now.
say the affirmation.
Go
Yeah.
ahead and get it out.
Let's be clear before you
Yes.
say the affirmation.
Right.
Okay, I want to start with just this week. It's been a lot for me too this week. This stuff. Sunday night or Monday night, I can't remember which one. I think it may have been Sunday night. I had a bad dream about my brother. I have a younger brother who's like 22, and like me and him have always been close, but we've always been a little different. And I've always had recurring dreams of like me losing him or something bad happening to him, and not being able to be there for him, and just carrying this guilt of feel like I've tried to protect him so much that I may have been doing him harm in the past, or maybe I was overlooking things that he was going through. And so I wrote it in my journal, and I was like, why do I keep having this fear? Like whenever he calls me and it's late, or I always think something's happening to him, or I'm gonna lose him. And there's been previous experiences in his life that have made me feel like that. And I also think my mom's fear of that too kind of has poured into me. And I wrote it down and I meditated. I did the Heart Chakra meditation, and I realized that I was carrying some guilt of how we were raised a little. We have the same mom and dad, but I feel like he was raised a little differently because I left. I went on to college and he was still there. But I also had I was carrying some guilt from a situation that happened in our childhood that I had to realize I was a victim of too. Because when we were younger, I had this conversation with my aunt this week, which I would have never had. I would have never even said it out loud. This let me know that I need to say it. Is that I carried this guilt for so long that I feel like I didn't protect him when we were both touched inappropriately as kids by our own cousins that were kids. And so I carried the guilt being the older cousin, feeling like I should have done something, or I should have known, or I just carried this guilt for so long about it. And I think that I've always felt like if I don't, like me never having a conversation with him or being vocal about it or telling anybody, if I lost him, I wouldn't be able to ever say that or to ever see how he felt or how that's made him into who he is now. And it's always made our relationship more recently. I just feel like it's like I love him so much, and we have such a deep spiritual connection that we don't even have to talk like physically. I know how he's feeling so spiritually and deeply, but I feel like there's a hump we got to get over. And I don't think it's necessarily that. I don't know, but I know there's other things that we need to talk about in order for our relationship to really thrive. And I've carried that for so long because I'm like, I just thought it was my fault, or that I played a role in that. And I think for him, growing up with me being the daughter that was doing it all and that was in the spotlight and that was getting the accolades, that he felt like he was put on the back burner. So it may have caused him to rebel or just feel like he couldn't really speak out about things. And I've learned more recently that he's been in certain situations or dealt with certain people that have affected who he is, and that he felt he couldn't really come to anybody to tell us about it. To where I just realized I've been carrying some guilt of not wanting to know because I wasn't there for him.
Right.
Um, so I went through that this week, and just small stuff like my car battery died, so I was on the side of the road, and like my water went out, just random stuff. But it taught me to just have grace with myself and be patient and not carry so much. And also knowing that I can talk to people about it, because I spoke with my aunt and she exposed me to so many things about my childhood and the generations of women and just things that people have gone through and cycles of our cousins or even her being touched inappropriately, and just that needs to be a conversation.
Right.
When you're in a moment, you don't even think it's really anything because you're kids and you're innocent. And she mentioned a good point of like, us as humans, we like the feeling of touch. So you may not have realized that was inappropriate or that was done to you wrongly until you look back now as an adult. And it's just so many different things I've learned this week. I've learned of just not trying to control a situation where I'm being loved authentically. I'm dating someone now and I feel like I want to control how he shows up, or I want to change him. But then that puts a mirror on me of like, why can't you just be loved just for who you are?
Ah,
Mm.
And
man.
and then I think about that because I think about my friends that are getting married and getting engaged and having kids, and I'm like, yeah, we're so young, like, we should be doing this and that and that. But I shouldn't put my life onto them or their life onto me and not feel the pressure. So I get it from my family, my mom and dad of like, don't chase a career to where you don't end up having kids in a marriage. And I'm like, why can't I have both? So it's just, this week has really just opened up my heart to where I've just been very vulnerable with myself and seeing the shortcomings that I have and realizing there is trauma there, because I've always lived in this bubble of just like, life is good. My parents have such a beautiful relationship and dynamic. But as I get older, I see the resentment that they have for each other too in their lives and what they didn't have. And how my mom being the breadwinner has caused resentment in their relationship, and how I fear that I don't want to have that. Then I also see the beauty of that too, of just working as a partnership. So the heart chakra has definitely shown up for me this week in my relationship with my brother and then my relationships romantically too.
Yeah.
Just figuring out, I haven't fully figured it out yet. I need to spend some more time on it, but it's definitely exposed it to where I'm like, that is bothering you.
Yeah.
Get down to the root of that.
Wow.
Man, that's a serious shovel you working with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just said a lot, but
Yeah, you did. It's all good though. You said exactly what what you felt like you needed to say. I knew that everything that you were going to say out of your mouth before you said it, you answered. Your question when you said that about your brother. I knew that it was guilt from something that happened to you guys from when you were a child and you didn't feel like you protected him. I knew that's exactly what it was. So yes,
yeah,
your friend, when you found out about the engagement, pow, here comes the mirror.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right? Pow, here comes the mirror. When someone comes to tell you something, here comes the mirror. See the mirror. See, you're going to see yourself in the mirror because you're going to speak and react from
yeah,
the mirror, from what's inside of your universe. So remember when you said that you felt like, oh, should we get married? So we should be doing this and we should be doing that, right? That's how you feel from your perspective. I mean, how old is your friend?
She just turned 26. Me, well.
I was married for years by that time.
You know, my parents married at like 22. So yeah.
7 years by then.
By then, I got married at 19. So,
Yeah.
I know about that. But at the same time, your journey is your journey. And it's going to show up exactly the way it's supposed to, not the journey that your parents feel like you should have. Not the journey that, really, honestly, what you feel like.
Right.
It's about what's destined for you, what's calling you, what's desired.
Yes.
That's the key.
Because then I think about, I'm like, am I just saying that? Do I feel a lack there? Do I feel like I won't get that? Is that me projecting too, And for her, it's more so I feel like we've been getting distant because she's one of the friends that's very religious now. And I'm like, I just feel a separation. I'm like, this is another step in her life where it's like, we're really going to be separated. Are you ready for that? I think it was putting a mirror up to just my friends as they're progressing in their own ways. I just feel like my path is different and that's okay, but to embrace theirs too with love.
Your heart seems like it's in the state of grieving. That's what, that's what I feel too. Yes. Your heart is in a space of grieving. You said you had dreams about, your brother and all of that. Listen, like I said before, I'm just going to keep on saying it. God exists in all dimensions, in all realms, and so do we. Multi-dimensional. We exist in all these different realities And when we go to sleep,
Mhm.
we tap into other realms. Yeah, that did happen to your brother. It was just in another reality.
I
Mhm.
really, yeah.
It
And
was
I
just,
feel content with that. I have.
mm-hmm. But we are God. You God, and so is your brother.
Mhm.
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 So he's experiencing himself in all of these different realities. And to know that you guys are connected in other realities is a beautiful thing too. That
Mhm.
means
Mhm.
that contract there.
Yeah.
That's where that love is there. That's where that protection is there. It goes beyond, this realm.
Yes. Yeah.
And so in protecting your brother, you have to be in the space of protecting yourself, protecting your heart, protecting what you hold dear. Because when you decide to go down this path of awakening, people are going to fall off by the wayside. For real. That's just how it's going to go. Y'all not going to be vibrating on the same frequency. If you want to ascend and another person want to stay where they want to stay, either you're going to stay connected and you're going to stay there too, or you're going to evolve together or something. Something. Your soul just knows what your soul knows. You just can't be afraid to speak your truth. And that's what's going to start next week. That's gonna start next week, because next week y'all gonna be having some conversations with some folks. Y'all gonna be communicating with some folks next week. And so I see a few of y'all like,
yeah, but it's necessary.
It's necessary. So it's a reason why you raised your hand for this affirmations. Did you want to?
I just had one question. Do you remember how old you were, around what age, when this situation happened with you and your brother? You can round about an estimated age.
I may have been
younger than 13?
Yeah, I may have been like 8 or 9, 10, maybe.
Okay. I want you to really, for a quick second, think about an 8 or 9-year-old trying to operate as an adult. Like
a baby. Just like last week, I know the people are going to raise their hands that are supposed to say that specific, affirmation to give that energy to yourself. You're going to come up close to the camera, look directly in your eyes, and you are going to say, you are safe and worthy of love exactly as you are. You are safe and worthy of love exactly as you are.
You are safe and worthy of love exactly as you are. You are safe and worthy of love exactly as you are. You are safe and worthy of love exactly as you are.
Yeah, that last one hit different.
You are safe and you are worthy because you are love. Yes. We all are. Even though we be feeling like hell and hate sometimes. We still come from love. We still are love. Yeah. You know what I mean? Thank you for that. Yes. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'd like to hear from Alex.
Yeah, Alex got his hand up, right? Alex, you raised your hand, right? Yeah, it's your turn. It's your turn, Alex.
Yeah, what's going on, Alex?
What's up, everybody? What's up?
How you doing? You ready for this? Look at yourself in the mirror. Reflection in your eyes and your soul. And you're going to say, you are safe and worthy of love exactly as you are. You are safe and worthy of love exactly as you are.
You are safe and worthy of love, exactly as you are. You are safe and worthy of love, exactly as you are. You are safe and worthy of love, exactly as you are.
Yes.
Yeah,
How did that make
Go
you
ahead and
feel?
throw that little extra on there. Like, what?
Man, I
Yes.
loved on myself this week. I
Yeah.
loved on myself so much this week. Fuck.
Did you?
Solid. I'm the last person to admit self-love. I gotta admit, whew, solid.
Mm,
Mama would be proud.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's what's up.
beautiful.
solid.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, through hard work. Yeah, it's uh, it's it's so beautiful, so beautiful. Just understanding that at the end of all of this,
Hmm.
the result is the unconditional love.
Mm-hmm.
And going through this, no matter where you are in your journey, coming to realization that you are a human being for a short period of time, and what it is actually to be a light being of light, that in order to become being of light, you gotta be born into the darkness, and then you have to self-inflict a little ember of fire, even if nobody even put it there. Your job is to do that somehow, accidentally, not accidentally,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and then
Mm-hmm.
recognize that there is a fire inside of you and there's a purpose for it. Then educate yourself to the point where you understand what there's a purpose for that fire,
Mm-hmm.
and reconnect all of your wiring that was purposefully disconnected.
Right.
And then when it's all connected,
Mm.
when you burn that fire through all 7 chakras, through all those nadis, you burn out all the disbeliefs, all the BS, all that multi-generational bullshit that's in there. You
Mm-hmm.
clear the vessel, and only then, the fire turns into a light because it vibrates so fucking high, it turns into a light. And that's when we become sons.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
that's when we are put in the cosmos to bring more light into the more darkness. And
Mm.
that's how we expand.
Ooh, man.
Woo!
That was
Yeah.
you got people clapping.
Yes.
That
Thank
was,
you.
that was absolutely beautiful.
Oh.
That was a wonderful
Mm.
revelation, a beautiful truth. That's exactly what it is. What you're burning away is the programming of the matrix.
Man, so much.
Oh.
You gotta be so creative. Feel like the deeper we go, the trickier the ego is, and you have to be creative. You be like, as you said, oh yeah, I'm good now. What is there else to do? I'm clean. Just like at the beginning of this whole class workshop, I just came back from the retreat. I don't need to do this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then still be like, fuck, I'm doing it anyway. So whatever comes, comes. And I'm gonna do it creatively too. You don't tell me what to do, I tell you how I do it. And then when you start to giving yourself a little bit more and more and more permission slash power, taken away from the others, which are reflections of us. When you ask that question, how did I want to start this class with remembering the last class. The last class had started this class
Mm-hmm.
on last Sunday by you saying you are it fucking 5 times. When you continue to say that you are it, on a third you are it, everybody realized that you are it.
Mm-hmm.
And you just keep on nailing that fucking nail, hammering that nail into the freaking coffin, and it cracked. It
Mm-hmm.
cracked that fucking egg,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's just what it is to love yourself. How can you see yourself? You always look this way, you always look away. You don't look this way. That's on purpose. That's on purpose. That's how close you are to the
Yeah.
truth.
Yes.
And
Ooh,
yeah.
Man.
I just want you guys to understand something. Maybe, hopefully, this can change or even deeper you guys' perspective, right? But we are all extensions of source. Everything that you see is as if source exploded itself, and we are a part of the explosion. And in this little explosion that we are, we have a whole entire universe inside of us. Every day that you wake up, know that you are source. You are it. You are that. You are it. What are you manifesting? You know how that saying say, it's your world. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut. Right? No, for real. This is your world. When you step outside your whole surroundings, what you gonna get caught up? What whirlwind are you gonna get caught up in manifesting around you? Your world. You manifest your outer world by the work that you put on in your inner world. What you vibrate with on your inner world is what you're manifesting in your outer world.
Yes.
If that makes sense. And so wake up every day knowing that you are it. You are source. You have power. And move like you got that power. Move like you don't have no restrictions. And watch.
Yes.
Just watch how things show up. Watch how spirit shows up for you.
Blow your natural mind.
Who's going to be the next
Group.
4 that's going to raise your hand for this one?
I'm ready. Yeah.
I have my hand up for 2 hours.
You know, the other ones is like, what did I raise my hand for? Y'all about to find out.
Everybody else is physically raising their hands. B just like, man, they don't even understand. They can't.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
So you see the premise. You're going wherever you can come in close and look into your eyes and give yourself the energy. You're going to say to yourself, you forgive yourself and others, freeing your heart from the weights of the past. You forgive yourself and others, freeing your heart from the weights of the past. I'm going to say it again. You forgive yourself and others, freeing your heart from the weights of the past.
You forgive yourself and others, freeing your heart from the weights of the past. You forgive yourself and others, freeing your heart from the weights of the past. You forgive yourself and others, freeing your heart from the weights of the past.
Yeah.
How did that?
Yeah.
Felt amazing. It actually aligns with I've been real intentional this week, not only about showing gratitude, but also expressing forgiveness. I had in my last go with dealing with an artist, I spent an exorbitant amount of money. Like, yeah, a nice house down payment type money. And the partners that I had involved with me were supposed to pick up a certain amount of that bag. And because I was just about moving, I never waited on it. It was all right, just whenever y'all come on with it, come on with it. And one of my partners, and you know, man, I love Heart, and it's just part of who I am. And if I call you my brother, you become it, right? And I move like that in every way. And one of them just ghosted, right? However, in that time frame, he had lost both his parents, right? And he was in the he had lost his father and was in the process of losing his mom. And dog wouldn't pick up the phone, wouldn't respond to in the group chats, nothing of that sort. So of course, my initial feelings on it, I was upset, I was pissed. You know what I'm saying? And I did my best to empathize. That's not really a difficult thing for me to show empathy. But in the same, I kept saying, but you know me. Like, you could have said to me, you just need to step away for a minute, man, and I'll be all right with it. But just the ghost. And so, you know, it went from me reaching out, are you okay, to really saying, like, yo, how you moving is real cowardice. And that brother ain't need that in that moment. And I've been convicted over that over and over.
Yeah.
Because he needed something different from me. And eventually, it did come to pass where I was able to talk to his wife. Because his wife had called and she was, you know, we had that relationship. She talked to my wife. And my wife was trying to kind of explain my point of view on things, man. And I texted his wife and I said, you know, I can only imagine the feeling of losing both parents in such a short time frame and what that might do in that moment. But it was my own anxiety, right? From I left a job in corporate America where I was comfortable, I was ascending, and I said, I'm a bet on me. And when I did it, I guess my expectation in that moment was for everybody to understand that sacrifice. You know, and jump off the ship right then if you wanted to, right? But nonetheless, we worked through that, you know, and I apologized to him for that. And Spirit placed it on me yesterday morning. I was almost getting ready for work. And I just texted him. I said, my brother, good morning. I said, please forgive me for the early text. However, I had to reach out while it was on my mind. I just want to give you gratitude for the contribution of your gifts to my life and artistic expression. You're amazing in your own right. Please don't allow a mere fraction of linear time frame to make you stop sharing your gift with the world. Love you, bro, and I mean that with every fiber in my being. He just texted me back. I really needed that right now. I'm going through some things, man. Feeling is definitely mutual. You gave me so much understanding on leveling up and tackling whatever else life throws at you.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
In that moment, man, I truly could forgive myself.
Yep.
You know, I've lost a father. You know, so I know how that can just make you say, fuck it all. And in that moment, I wasn't that for him. You know what I'm saying? And so the fact that despite that, he was receptive to that. And then even willing in that moment to tell me what I meant to him.
Yeah.
And oftentimes, man, Z, I ain't gonna be honest, I think of you in them scenarios, man, when I'm giving in that way. And what you gave to me, bro.
Thank you.
You know, and how I've been able to cascade that down. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I can speak to you in this way because you've seen and experienced my life through our exchange. It's bigger than the music. The music is just the point of contact for you to be able to impart those lessons, those life lessons into each other. You can stand in agreement and move in agreement about reaching a certain goal. That's beautiful. If it happens, that's even more beautiful. But understand, Brandon, your gifting See, we take this scripture with your gift will make room for you. And we really only apply it to the level of success and the doors of opportunity that is going to open up to us. But the gifts making room for us is making room for us to be able to impart those life lessons into each other to help each other. We're seeing, bro. But this whole thing is about exchanges and the contact with each other, the experiences and the encounters that we have with each other. Why are we having them? What's the deeper meaning and purpose for them? Regardless of if it lasts for a week or it lasts for 10 years, 20 years, 40 years. What's the true significance of our interactions with each other? So I'm happy that you found it in you to be able to show yourself some mercy and some love and be and stand how you're supposed to stand with your brother.
Yeah, man, it's times.
Fight
It's
up.
time. Yeah, it's times I legit hated myself, bro.
Yeah.
Like really hated myself.
Mm.
Didn't truly know it like that. You know what I'm saying? But really hated myself. And I would ask, like, why would you do this to me?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you give me this fire and this passion for this like this? You know what I'm saying? Felt unworthy.
Mm.
But
You know?
remember what I said last week, which is sometimes
Mm.
when we're given these gifts and we know how to move in our gifts, we think that that's really what it's all about. But yet we find ourselves on a personal level, right? Building ourselves up in a way spiritually that has way more meaning than just the gifts that we have. That's a sign. It's a sign, you know, really showing us that, yeah, you know, you got the gift to be able to sing and do music and move a crowd and evoke emotion. But I would prefer that you really focus on the eternal
Crazy.
goal
Yeah.
and align with that. And guess what? Then maybe you can impart those gifts in several different ways and move into those gifts, right? In times where it's really needed for you to be in places for you to showcase those different parts of your gifts.
Mm-hmm.
We be too attached to how we want the shit to show up, how we want it to show up.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what it's
Yep.
really all about.
Mm.
It all makes sense now, man. You know, from
Yeah.
going through the things that Lauren went through as a child.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all of it, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know my mama went through that same thing. So when it comes to the DNA curses, I know about it.
Mm-hmm.
And now being able to identify it, right? And call my mama and say, I forgive you and I love you, mama.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was a time I hated her, hated me, hated
Yeah.
everybody. I couldn't understand why the connection to everything, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted it to go away.
Mm-hmm. I know exactly, you know, where you were in that. Other people on this call, you know exactly, you know, where you were in that. And at that point in time, we ain't thinking about nobody else but ourselves. We're not thinking about nothing else. Or when we think about other people, we thinking about what they did to us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What they did to us. They did this to me, or they didn't do this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They did this, or they didn't do this, so I'm not worthy.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it comes from, right? What you don't feel like you deserve because you don't know, you know, who you truly are.
I'm so thankful to be in a position to help you on this journey. because there was a lot of days that went by when I felt the same way. Like this music shit, I thought it was about the music shit. With you. With y'all. And now you got your own family, man. You married. You working. You living honorable, bro. I'm grateful for this moment. I'm looking forward to the day where you step into that sacred space. Because when you step in that sacred space,
It's over.
And you receive your awakening, man, look here. I could be like Pontius Pilate and be like, my real job in regards to our encounter, I fulfill that. So I'm proud of you, bro. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, man.
Love you too, man.
Because that paper towel ain't gonna get it.
No. But
Love
yeah, I thank you for being authentic and being real, because that's what this is about. And y'all blessing a lot of men, Alex, Tonka, Brandon. Y'all blessing a whole lot more of men to walk behind y'all in this and do this work.
Heather said, yes, thank you, B.
Yeah.
You decided to go down this path. Everybody don't be having people to go down this path with. They don't be having nobody to talk to and nobody to get raw with.
No.
They just sitting there going through their shit by themselves, not knowing where to turn, not even understanding that it's somebody else that's going through the exact same thing that they are going through. That, you know, those people getting free can really help them getting free.
I gotta read this. Amanda said, Coco said, this is so beautiful. All of the authenticity. Heather said, yes, thank you, B. Rochelle said, this is so powerful. I wish my brothers could witness this. Coco said, thank you. Amanda said, it's a real walk. It is. It's not a game.
Like, for real, for real.
This is for real. You changing your lives for the better. And you impacting all of those living souls and beings that y'all around by doing this work. Trust and understand. Y'all moving in y'all purpose when y'all do this.
I have a question. Did you just put an S on the end of men's?
I probably did.
Because that's what it sounds like he put an S.
I put an
on
extra
the
plural
men's.
on the plural. Yeah.
I thought men was already
plural, but all of the men's.
I could be wrong.
I can't even go further and say men's is, but I'm not.
You know, might as well.
Yeah, Lauren. I said
might as well.
I said it, Lauren. Men's is.
Why break the moment up, Stella? Thank you.
You know, I gotta break it up some kind of way. Next person, we'd be on this all night.
Sanika said, I wish my husband was a part of this. You know.
Wow.
Rochelle, maybe plural possessive. Right. Yeah. So, damn, who was next? Thank you so much, Brandon.
Thank you, Brandon, so much. That was beautiful.
Many men's. Yes.
Many men's.
Many men.
Gonna help many men.
Wish life from me.
Yeah. Man, y'all something else.
Saniqua, I know you had your hand up for this one too, right? You ready?
Okay. There it is. Let's get it.
All right. You forgive yourself and others, freeing your heart from the weights of the past. You forgive yourself and others, freeing your heart from the weights of the past.
You forgive yourself and others, freeing your heart from the weights of the past.
Yes.
You forgive yourself and others, freeing your heart from the weights of the past. You forgive yourself and others, freeing your heart from the weights of the past.
Yes. Yeah.
How that feel saying that to yourself?
On point.
Like you needed to say that tonight.
I know I needed to.
It said it was gonna show up the same way it showed up last week. The affirmation is going to be for you. So if you don't raise your hand, you're gonna get the affirmation.
it's okay.
That,
Yeah,
that
it's
you're
coming.
supposed to get.
It's
You know
coming
what I mean?
anyway. Yeah.
It's coming in.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, definitely.
When you forgive, you release weight.
Mhm.
The more you hold on to, the heavier you are. The more you hold on, the heavier you are. How can you ascend when you're so heavy?
Mhm.
Release your expectations of how you feel like somebody else supposed to show up in your life. It's a journey, just you going through your life, making decisions for your shit.
Yeah.
They got shit that they gotta live and they gotta make decisions for, and they fighting through their own shit. So they can only show up for you how they show up for themselves. And we can't expect that. We gotta be able to look at other people and be able to see their perspective and see that they are only reacting and giving us what's inside of their universe.
Yeah. Yes.
It ain't got nothing to do with how we feel. It ain't got nothing to do with what we think.
My wife had to tell me that today.
I did.
Yeah, listen, we having a conversation and she says, you telling me, you know, how you would expect for me to feel based off of how you feel. But I feel a whole nother way about this situation.
Yeah.
And I have a right to feel how I feel about it. It has nothing to do with how you feel about how you feel.
Yeah. He said we need to
be on the same page.
Be on the same page and be on the same accord on this. I said, no, we don't.
No, we don't need to be on the same page. We could actually have different feelings and thoughts about the same thing.
I'm me.
Yeah.
And you are you.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
resonate with, you're an individual. Resonate how you resonate. I'm gonna resonate
Right.
how I want to resonate.
Yeah.
Right. And so don't feel some kind of way.
That's what
if
it was.
you feel like I'm not resonating how you resonate, you got a right to feel how you feel. They're your feelings. And I have a right to feel the way I feel. They're my feelings.
Yeah.
And
now,
so
hold on. I couldn't say what I'm about to say now at that moment earlier today.
told him earlier today, you on some BS.
You on some BS. But guess what? When you in your ego and you feel strongly about whatever it is that you feel strongly about, you're unwilling to release that position because really you just want what you want. And you want it so bad that you're willing to look beyond and to look past the person that you love. You willing to totally disregard their feelings. Unknowingly, unintentionally.
Or disregard your own.
Yeah, because you really want what you want. And when you can be honest with yourself and look at yourself in regards to that, right? How you treat the person that you say you love. Damn, it makes you go, wow. I got to get a bigger shovel, or I got to go in this gym and lift some more weight so I can get stronger with the little one that I got, right? To dig deeper.
I told him, I said, your ass feel like that now. When you think about it, you're going to be coming back.
This is me coming back in front of everybody. But this is how real it is, and this is how real it gets. And you would think we was like, you know, it wasn't even that real. It wasn't that heavy, but it was, you know, it was just like, hey, I feel like we should be on the same page about this. Like, I hear what you're saying, but I feel like you're not hearing what I'm saying because you ain't on the same page as me. So I need you to get on the same page as me right now.
Right. And no, I'm not resonating with
Right.
getting on the same
Yeah,
page
yeah,
as you right now.
Yeah. I know you hearing what I'm saying, but you're not really listening to me to be on the same page with me. And I feel some kind of way about that. Because I can acknowledge that I feel and I can hear and I can listen to and I can give you everything that you need based off of what it is that you're saying. But I feel like I'm not getting that back right now. So I'm feeling some kind of way. You hear what I'm saying?
And that's like that in any relationship.
Oh, man.
In any relationship. You know, I can understand what you're saying, but still have my perspective and not agree with that.
Whoa.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's the part of being a individual. You know, it's also when you recognize it, you know, in a relationship, you can either look at it, you know, from two different aspects. You can look at it from like that, or you can look at it and say, oh, well, this other person is showing me my mirror.
Yep.
And they're here to help balance this situation. So that's why we always have to look at ourselves, you know, in that. But this was good. Thank you, Saniqua.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So you're going to come in close to yourself and you're going to say, you forgive yourself and others, freeing your heart from the weights of the past. You forgive yourself and others, freeing your heart from the weights of the past.
You forgive yourself and others from the weights of the past.
Freeing your heart.
Freeing your heart.
Freeing your heart
From the weights of the
from
past.
the weights of the past.
As you say it, imagine you forgiving yourself and others, right? And your heart getting lighter. You freeing your heart from the couch, right? From the weights. The weight is being lifted, and now the heart is ascending from the past, right? So, you know, you forgive yourself and others because you got to forgive yourself first.
Yes.
Right.
Right. Forgive yourself and others. Free your heart from the weights of the past. I know, right? When you look at it on that perspective, it's a different thing. Hit a little different. Yeah. You forgive yourself and others, freeing your heart from the weights of the past. It's about new.
Yeah.
You the one chose this one.
I know, right? You forgive yourself and others.
Randy said, you got this, Amanda.
Yeah. Yeah. Breathe through it, move through it.
Yeah.
Take your time. Take the time you need.
Yeah. That's okay. Be gentle with yourself.
Don't judge yourself too harshly.
That's right. Take a moment and send yourself the love that's necessary in order for you to do the thing that's going to make you free. Take that moment and that time to send yourself the love, the grace, and the mercy that you deserve.
And believe that when you saying this to yourself, other people are saying it in their head.
Sending you the same loving energy that you send in yourself to help you get through it and to get to it.
Yeah.
So
you
you can be
forgive
free
yourself
from
and others.
Yes.
Freeing your heart from the weights of the past.
Shit.
I know.
Yeah.
Think about that story you just told us earlier. Those stories that you told,
Right.
you know.
Mhm.
You forgive yourself and others from the weight,
Freeing your heart.
freeing your heart from the weight of the past.
Yes.
Mhm.
You forgive yourself and others of the weights,
Freeing your heart.
freeing your heart
Yep.
from the weights of the past.
Yep. Free your heart. Free your heart.
Mhm.
Don't forget to free your heart. You gotta free it.
Mhm.
You forgive yourself and others of the weights,
Freeing your
Freeing
heart.
your heart. You just don't want to free your heart, huh?
freeing yourself and
free-
others of
free-
your heart.
You forgive yourself,
Hmm.
others.
You forgive yourself and others,
Freeing your heart
freeing your heart
from
From
the
the
weights.
from the weights of the past.
Mhm.
Mm.
Say it one more time without
Yes.
our help. Take your time. Mhm.
Mhm.
No.
Yep. Don't forget to free your heart.
Freeing your heart, forgiving yourself and others.
Yes. Mhm. You can do it.
Yeah. So Nico said you got this.
Mhm.
Forgiving yourself and others from your heart,
Freeing your heart. Free your heart. Free it.
freeing your heart, freeing your heart.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Freeing your heart from the weight of the past.
Yes. That's Mhm.
That's it. That's it. You are showing work that has to be done
Mhm.
to free your heart from the weights of the past. Sometimes we judge ourselves too harshly.
Mm.
We God in human form.
Mhm.
Tapped into these emotions in this classroom that we're sent to learn lessons, pass tests,
Mhm.
ascend to the next level, flunk the test, descend,
Mhm.
stay at the same level. It's our choice.
Mhm.
We got free will to do all that. But we have to understand that we are not what we feel like our mistakes are.
Yeah. Mm.
Because that's what we feel like.
Right.
We're being too attached to light and dark, too attached to light and shadow.
Mhm. Mhm.
The shadow has to be exposed in order for it to be released.
Yeah.
You got to shine the light on that shadow. Take the mask off that shadow in order for it to be released. And damn it, it's heavy on your heart. It's heavy on your heart. And it's all good. It'd be like that sometime.
Something that I know is very transformative, just for you guys to be able to take and have with you as a part of your practice, especially for this heart chakra, period. It's something called the Ho'oponopono prayer. And this prayer is very simple. It's like 5 phrases. And it starts off by saying, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I forgive you. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I forgive you. Right? I love you. Thank you. And you continue just to say that over and over and over. And you say it, keep saying it. And eventually, people will come to mind, situations will come to mind, right? Things that have played out in your life will come to mind. And it will transform your life. You will free yourself from the guilt, the hurt, shame, the blame, all of those things.
Heather said, I say that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I say that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Woo! This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Listen,
This some real shit.
some real deal Holyfield.
We
Thank you
have
for that.
Valencia left. Who else?
Oh no, no. Zandra has to say this affirmation,
that's
and
right.
then the rest of the people will say the last one.
Yes, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah. So Zandra. Yeah.
Yeah, Rochelle says she's done that prayer before too. Mm-hmm.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay. So you're gonna look yourself in the eyes and you're going to say, this, you chose this too.
I know, and I needed it. That's the killing part about it. Damn.
Yes, you remember the conversation that we had last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got something to do with that too.
Yeah.
You forgive yourself and others
Mm-hmm.
in your heart from the weights of the past. You forgive yourself and others, freeing your heart from the weights of the past.
You forgive yourself and others, freeing your heart from the weights of the past. You forgive yourself and others, freeing the weights from the past.
Freeing your heart from the weights of the past.
You forgive yourself and others, freeing your heart from the weights of the past.
One more time.
You forgive yourself and others, freeing your heart from the weights of the past.
Yeah. Yes.
How did it feel telling yourself that?
Yeah.
Needed.
It's powerful speaking to yourself.
It's needed. So I would like to say that everything that everyone has said tonight has resonated with me, and I could totally relate to all of it. So I wasn't really prepared for that. And this week, just my kids have shown and exhibited love, which was helpful for me. My oldest, my two older too. We went out last night and we had a few drinks, and that was a different experience, drinking with my 2 adult children. Which was not something that I would think that I would do. But my son shared with me that, my children's father, not present, by choice. So my ex has a 3-year-old, and my son told me yesterday that he chooses to be in his brother's life, because he doesn't want him to have the experience that he did.
Yeah.
And I could appreciate that. And I feel some kind of way because this individual he calls my son. But this is the same little boy that you would ride by on your bike and not even stop and acknowledge him. But when you find yourself in need, you call my son. So I find it amazing to be working on this heart chakra and for him to tell me, I made the decision that I'm going to be in his life because I know him. I know our father. I know what he did to me. I know what he did to my sisters. I know what he's about. I know this man, and I don't want him to have that experience.
That's a love. That's a love right there that your son is exhibiting that as a mother, for sure.
You raised that.
Yeah.
He's mine.
Yeah.
And I know that, like, they're mine, even those that have different mothers. They're, because I was there, they're mine. So now, mind you, I would not spare 2 drops of piss if that man was on fire to put the fire out. I am amazed at his capacity to love. I am. Because I where I'm at right now, I don't think that I could do it.
That's why you're working on that heart chakra. So at some point, you're gonna have to be right back in that mirror saying those heart chakra affirmations.
Okay, yeah, you was
because
getting ready to go there, I was gonna go there.
There's an attachment there. Showing up how you expect somebody to show up. But had he showed up the way you expected him to show up in your children's life, your son's life, it could have went so much more different. What would he have imparted in them? Would your son have the love that he has now? You know what I mean? So it's about switching up your perspective. It was a blessing.
Right.
It was a blessing that my daddy was not in my life.
Yeah. Yes.
It was a blessing. God sent me the men that I was supposed to have in my life as father figures. It was not supposed to be him. He didn't desire to be in there. He didn't want to be in it. Okay, I'm fine. Now he's showing up in my journeys. He's showing up in my journey, physically in my journey. And the funny thing is, this last retreat that I had, he showed up when I came up to clear my way. He showed up and he was calling me in the journey. And Zeno came and said, "Do you know your daddy DM me on Facebook?"
Sure did.
I said, I told him, I said, my daddy is calling me in the spiritual realm because he's getting closer and closer to the other side and he wants to right his wrongs. He already forgiven. I'm not holding nothing. You was not supposed to be there. Your name is Prince. My name is Princella. You was to be there for a contract for me to be here, for me to walk in my power. I'm good. You want to come sit in ceremony and heal? Come on. Ain't no judgment. No judgment that my mother went to the school and you worked there. No judgment. It had to happen in order for me to get here. It is what it is. And when we start to be able to release the attachments of people showing up how we think they supposed to show up, that's them. Let them live their life the way they're gonna live their life. Because he can't tell you how to live your life.
Don't call my son asking for help.
See what I'm saying? You trying to tell him what to do in his life. It's up to your son to say, don't call me and ask me for no help. You know, I know you feel like that because you're his mother and you want to continue to protect. Right?
Right.
You want to protect because you did not feel protected. And so now you're trying to protect. And you said you resonate with a lot of things that people were saying. You resonate with Lauren on that protection.
Yeah.
When you love somebody, you want to protect them. Period. Like I said last week when I go to the school, I used to be like, listen here, I fight kids. Don't be up in here, you know, doing this to my peanut, not my peanut.
Yeah.
Do you know what he mean to me? Do you know what his cheeks look like when I held him? No, you don't. Ooh, you know, that's my love. In another realm, he probably your damn daddy. He probably your daddy in another realm.
Damn.
Here in this realm, teaching you some stuff about unconditional love that you imparted in him. Now you done imparted in him, and now he's willing to show.
Right.
Now he's willing to show what you imparted in him. Right. Just be proud. Be proud. Your son said he knows. He sees already. So now he's at an age to where he can decide his journey. You know what I'm saying? I had a mother that was in my ear. Your daddy ain't it. He doing this, he doing that, and blah, blah, blah. You know what I used to let that go over my head. I didn't care what she was saying. I was like, he go show up how he go show up, and I'm going to decide to feel how I decide to feel, not because of what you feel like he did to you. I'm going to treat him on how he does me. So when he showed up like that for me, then I saw what it was for me. Yeah. And that's it. We all have our own experiences, and then we all choose to move through those experiences, whether to hold on to them motherfuckers or release them. Yeah. You ready to ascend. You have to forgive yourself because you chose his ass. Right? You chose him. You pushed out that seed. So you got to forgive yourself first. Then you got to forgive him. That's how you release your heart from the weights of the past. Yes. Stop looking back, because when you look back, that's where you stay. All in all, that man is still God. He's still God. He's still an extension of God. Your son's still an extension of God. Understand, people may feel like they can get away from these earthly laws, but you do not get away from the universal laws, and you will receive the energy that you put out. If it ain't in this life, it's on the other side or in another life. You don't get away from it. So the fact that you want him to feel it and you want him to, you know what I mean? It don't matter what you want to happen. It's just what's going to happen is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And free yourself. Free yourself from that. Because you got a higher calling, and there's some places that you are supposed to be, and we are the only ones that block ourselves from getting where we're supposed to be. So I love you.
Y'all see my wife? It's something else to be married to a damn shaman, y'all. I'm telling you. This shit ain't no joke. I'm telling you. Having you look at listen.
I'm constantly looking at myself. I'm
Having
constantly
you
looking
look
at
at
myself.
yourself, bruh, this shit ain't no joke.
Don't deny yourself the truth. If Zeno tell me you on some bullshit, I know. Yeah, I am. I know I'm on some bullshit. I'm willingly on some bullshit until I'm not. So let me sit and look at myself and understand why.
Yeah, this is what
I'm
she tells me when I say, this is real talk. When I tell her, honestly, babe, right now you really on some bullshit. Like, it ain't no other way to even put it. You on some bullshit right now. You know what she'll say? Just what the hell she said. I know. Do y'all understand how that feels to have a person tell you that they know they on some bullshit?
Sometimes you feel like you can't let it go just yet. Like,
because where do you go from there?
let me work it out.
I sit in it. I sit in it
Yeah.
and immediately go to the root cause of why. And the only way you can do that is to be real and authentic with yourself. Your vibration is not going to be high all the time. It's ebbs and flows. It's ups and downs. In order to jump up, you got to bend down unless you got some extra strong toes. Who you know that just can stand flat foot and just jump up to the damn moon from their toes? Let me know.
Look at
So I can learn how to do it.
Heather, you over there shaking your head like, nope, it's not happening.
Let me know who got that. Sometimes you gotta bend your ass down to jump up. All the time. So sometimes you do.
Rochelle said, yeah, once they take accountability, let go and let God, okay?
So thank you so much, Sandra. Let's get to this last one. We ain't even gonna go over these other questions tonight. Ain't no need to go over these other questions. This right here getting hard enough.
Woo-wee.
For real. Y'all wrote this shit down. You read what you wrote and look at yourself in the mirror and figure this shit out.
Can I say something real quick? Real quick. So speak to what she said. My oldest son's father would drive down the street on Riverdale, right?
I don't know.
Right. And my son was outside riding his bike. He blow the horn. He kept moving, right? Now, mind you, he was a dope dealer, so he had money. Never gave my son nothing, right? What, during the pandemic? Now, this is years past. During the pandemic, he got arrested and he owed back child support, right? Now we talking about letting something go. I don't know, I'm about to run that money, right? But I called my son and I asked my son how he want to move. And my son said, Mama, I don't need nothing from him, let it go. I said, run me 5, and then y'all can forget the rest. Because I'm not going, I'm going to get something, some cream off the top of something. I'm just keeping it 100. You ain't getting off scot-free. So he paid he gave me the 5, and, I have to give him the rest. Now, shortly after that, I had been on a journey. And I was full. I don't know where this energy came from. My heart got engorged with love, like immense amount of love. And he just didn't matter. What he did didn't matter. How he moved didn't matter. And that part is layers. Like I got other stuff, but that was like a layer for me. And that African American calls me periodically just to be like, hey, you know what I mean? And it's a different feeling. It's like when I waited for you to take care of your responsibility, you never did. You never called to check on your responsibility. My son grown and gone. And you calling me to say, hey, it don't even hit the same no more. I don't even care. So I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Let me go through my feelings right now. The way I'm feeling, you know, it feel good to be feeling how I'm feeling right now. Like this is how I feel, and until I'm ready to move off of that, and switch a vibration, then cool. And I don't know when that's coming. Right now, that's where I'm at. When I tell you, living with a shaman like sitting in that shit, you ain't gonna be sitting in that shit too long. Cause I know what it's doing to you.
I be wanting to pull out immediately. Oh,
Yep.
did you hear what you just said?
Yeah.
Be like, damn, calm down.
Can I just take a damn breath on what I just said? Can I just go, that's a damn reaction that you having, and that reaction is sitting energy, and the energy and the vibration is hitting your ass, and when it's hitting your ass, you affecting the sentence, and it's like,
you affecting my atmosphere.
See?
You affected my atmosphere, and we supposed to be going up together. And if
See?
you holding on to something, you know what I'm saying, and you don't want to get left.
Yeah, watch this. You not thinking about any of that when you're in the emotion and the feeling and the thoughts about what it is that you in. What has to take place is we have to get to a place where we get where Amanda is on that. Like, you know what? That shit that you doing, it ain't even triggering me. It's no longer a trigger. It don't even matter. It's the reaction. Like the reaction is not what it was gonna ever give ever again, because I've moved beyond it. I realize that it's a trigger, and when it shows up, I can react and respond differently.
That's that on that. Y'all ready for this last one? So this last one, I don't know if Janetta is in a place where she can do it, but we gonna go to you last. She said she's not. Okay, that's okay. Well, you do the shit when you go home, look in the mirror, and then say this. You need me to text it to you? I'll text it to you. Okay, so the last three gonna say it.
Yeah,
so
I feel like Valencia ass she been sitting and watching the whole time. I don't think your ass has said two words. Yeah.
I said she be trying to
yeah.
It's a vibe all the time.
I have a lot to say, but it's the reason why I haven't said anything. But I'm gonna let y'all finish up.
Okay, it's coming. Well, then you gonna go last then.
Yeah.
Just because of that.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Okay, you ready, Tonka?
Like shine right now. All right.
So you're gonna come to your eyes, your reflection, and you're going to say, you are the love that you've been searching for.
Oh.
It's been within you the whole time. You are the love that you have been searching for. It's been within you the whole time.
Ooh-wee.
You are the love that you have been searching for. It's been within you the whole time.
Wow.
That hit hard.
Damn.
Right the whole time.
Wow.
See what y'all waited on? Y'all waited on y'all affirmation.
Damn.
You are the love that you've been searching for. It's been within you the whole time.
Yeah.
You are the love that you've been searching for. It's been within you the whole time. You are the love that you've been searching for. It's been within you the whole time.
Whew. How'd that feel? Because you've been searching. No, all this time that you've been around here, it's been within you the whole time. And you get to say it to yourself when you're working on the heart chakra.
It resonates with me. It's the truth. It's the truth. I didn't even know I was looking for love. A lot of times, I didn't know it till this week. You know, me and Amanda be having these long ass conversations in the middle of the day while she out doing her job and I'm supposed to be doing mine. And we was talking about that hall pass. And she was like, I lived an interesting life before I met Amanda.
I can only imagine, bro.
He was quite interesting.
Just to say the least on that, okay? Yeah.
I lived an interesting life before I met her. But we was talking about that. We was talking about all the people that I met before I met Amanda.
Mm-hmm.
And I think back on it, it looked like I was happy when I was out meeting all these people, but I wasn't. I literally was looking, like you said, for some love. I was told at an early age, probably when I was like 6 or 7, I wasn't supposed to be here. I was told by a lady who was supposed to be an elder and a grandma. And she told me because my mom and daddy was related, I wasn't supposed to be here. I was an abomination and all this other shit. And I ain't realized that shit stuck with me. You hear it as a kid, and then it fucked with me. And then as I got older, I just was like, oh, she on some bullshit. But it stuck and stayed. And no matter how much, because I grew up with my mom and my auntie telling me how much they love me. Mom Frida, to this day, she's 70-something. I'm 50-something. She will call me every year on my birthday, sing happy birthday. I love you so much, Tonki. This. Matter of fact, I be having to get off the phone like the phone call to drop because she'll sit there for 4 hours. On FaceTime with no camera.
Oh,
just
faces. I'll call you back. It's like, I can't take it no more.
Talking about love bomb. Damn.
But no matter how much they told me they love me, sitting where I sit now, you couldn't tell me this 10 years ago, or not even 2. I'm gonna say 2 years ago, when all this 2.5, when Amanda got involved with all of this, and then she brought it to me, and then I met y'all. You couldn't tell me that. I was lying to myself. Oh, I love me. No, I didn't. And I was searching for it, and I'm just not finding it now. Just not finding it now, especially this week right here.
Yeah. You working on yourself, on loving on yourself for a week. Imagine what years will do. Imagine pouring into yourself everything that y'all been pouring into yourselves. Like, come on, like it ain't even been a year. It ain't even been 6 months. It ain't even been 2 months.
Right.
And just think of all the energy that y'all have given yourselves just in this amount of time. Can you imagine if you gave yourself this every day?
Yo, I'm gonna be fucking amazing, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be amazing. I'm telling you, I am.
Right here.
You already amazing.
The thing is, you already are. Are it.
There it is. Yep, Xandra said it.
You just gotta remember.
Yeah. Brandon said, I never focus on myself like myself this much,
Yeah.
Rochelle said I needed this, I mean, Tom, thing about it is you're finding it out now. And at the same time, there are millions of people who ain't gonna never find that shit out. You chose, and you're chosen, all of y'all.
You chose to wake up this time. So
yeah,
you choosing to wake up this time decided to come through the portal where your parents were related. That's what had to happen for you to wake up. When you make that contract, especially to be born in the age of Aquarius, the mass awakening, do whatever the hell you need to do to wake me up this time. We give the permissions before we get here. Then we get here and we be like, damn. But when you know you asked for this in order to turn you, to put you on that damn yellow brick road,
Yeah.
you can go see the wizard, and the wizard behind the curtain is your ass.
Right. Right.
It ain't Richard Pryor, it's your ass.
Yeah. Man.
You are the wizard on your journey, manifesting the life in the world that you are manifesting by the resonation that you vibrate on, the energy that you putting into the universe, what you believe about yourself when you look in the mirror. It's time for y'all to remember and walk in that. Thank you so much, Tonka. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
All right, next is Angie. Rocking your green.
Rocking my green.
Blanket and everything.
Okay.
Is rounding down.
God.
You made learn. Because you did not do your math.
That's that super slow vibrato, bro.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Ready?
Vibing. Okay.
I'm ready.
So you are going to look at yourself and you're going to say, you are the love that you've been searching for. It's been within you the whole time. You are the love that you have been searching for. It's been within you the whole time.
You are the love that you have been searching for. It's been within you the whole time. You are the love that you have been searching for. It's been within you the whole time. You are the love that you have been searching for. It's been within you the whole time.
I gotta be honest, that shit look epic. The way that the screen is just kind of like slowly zooming in on your face. I was like,
I'm like, why is it moving?
that was yep.
Your camera
yeah,
always
Coco
move.
just said it. Okay,
I
beautiful.
know. Thank you.
Going in and out.
Yeah,
You're like, okay, the colors and stuff be
vibrant,
color blocking and stuff.
Yeah, like they got a director and a producer. Okay, but yeah.
How do that feel? Like you looking for that's been within you the whole time. You looking for what's inside of you. You looking for what you are.
Yeah, I feel like I wrote something, or that was in part of one of my answers in the questions, or maybe it's one of the answers in these 6 questions. I don't know, but yeah, it's me. It's funny that you said you pull the curtain back and the wizard is you. We wizards. But yeah, and I just wanted to speak to forgiving yourself and others. When I was talking with Janetta earlier last week, and I said, I realized I forgave my father for how he treated me. But I hadn't forgiven him for how he treated my mother.
Oh, yeah.
And I hadn't forgiven any of the men for how they treated her. And I said, I gotta forgive myself, but I gotta forgive they funky asses too. I was just like, damn, so for y'all to say that, I'm like, I just had a conversation with her. Like, I ain't even forgive them for that. Because that's part of it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn. Because, yeah, they asses was funky. Or how they walked in that shit and passed that shit on to whoever they encountered. Not just me and my mom, but whoever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what your mother believed about herself when she looked in the mirror passed it down to you
Yes.
unknowingly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another reason why you hold on to it, because it's a trauma signature.
Yes. And I think I wrote that too. That I was like, I know it's some more mama trauma. What I gotta forgive my mama for? And that shit showed up, and I was like, I have to forgive her for. I was like, she chose herself, but she chose to have me in those environments, which had me in relationships making choices where I didn't value myself because that's what I saw.
That's what you felt like you deserved.
Yeah. Because that's what she felt like she deserved. And I watched it. And even though I spoke out, like for others, I didn't speak out for myself.
Yeah, and that's the part that if you haven't forgiven yourself, if you have to continue to forgive yourself and to resonate, and you can bury that, because these are things that we pick up in these environments that we're in. My wife keeps saying it over and over, but these are the scenarios, the people that we chose, right, to come down here through, and to be placed in certain scenarios so that we can get to this point, to just be able to uncover the things that will hold us down from being who we authentically, really, truly are.
Yeah.
Amanda she said, sending you love.
Thank y'all.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that.
Put the hearts up, and that it said, love you, Angie. So yeah, it is what it is. Like, we in here
got that support,
full of love and support. Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Yes. Can I say what I want to say really quick?
Yes. What the hell you want?
I just want to say thank you to everybody today who shared. I'm not gonna lie, usually when I get on here, I be in and out. I hear what some people say, I don't hear what some people say. But today I heard and saw everybody, and it showed me a lot about myself as well, whether it's something that I'm still working on, or something that I need to work on, or something that I've grown from. And it's just hearing everybody's experiences is actually beautiful, because it shapes who we are today, and it contributes to being here right now in this moment, and who you are as an individual, and what we're doing collectively. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. Like, I was listening for a reason. Like, I was quiet for a reason. I knew it was going to be like that today. I went out to eat by myself earlier before I got on here. And I was like, today going to be a listening day for me. Like, so again, I appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we know you coming from the heart with that too.
Yeah.
So
when you guys listen from your heart. When you speak, speak from your heart. So, and that might go over some of y'all heads at this point. For some of y'all, it might not go over y'all heads. But that is the key to beautiful communication when you are in any relationship, whether it is a friend or a loved one. Really sit and ask yourself, is this person really, truly on purpose trying to hurt me? You know what I mean? And from that, be able to listen, not listen from your mirror. Not because when you listening and you listening to respond, you re-listening from your mirror. And right now they showing you theirs. Just listen to their mirror. That way you can express what your mirror is, and that you can express so that they can understand that you're speaking from your mirror, from your universe. It's not a slight about from their universe and what they dealing with. And so I just want to make sure I added that. You ready, Valencia?
Yes.
You are the love that you have been searching for. It's been within you the whole time. You are the love that you have been searching for. It's been within you the whole time. You are the love that you have been searching for. It's been within you the whole time.
You are the love that you have been searching for. It has been within you the whole time. You are the love that you have been searching for. It has been within you the whole time. You are the love that you have been searching for. It has been within you the whole time.
Imagine knowing that shit now, not when you cross over from this side, like, oh, wait a minute, I was the love that I was searching for. It was in me the whole time.
Right.
No, know that shit now.
Right. Yeah, while you here. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Awaken now to the truth now. Not, oh, wow, I crossed over. I was asleep all that time. You mean to tell me I really am source?
Wow.
You mean to tell me I could have been down there walking in my power? No, do it now. Do it now. How did that feel saying that to yourself? Because you was cheesing.
Yeah, you was smiling the whole time. I was like, yeah.
Because that one hit. Like when Tonka, when you said it, when Tonka was doing his, I just busted out laughing because I'm like, that one hit for real. Like, you really don't even realize it. You be like, oh, like I want love to look like this for me or that for me. Like, not even realizing like you create that inside of yourself and then it kind of spills out and then you attract that back to you. Like, and it shows up in ways you don't even expect. And just realizing that is just like, I'll be like, damn, I want to be loved like this. I want to be loved like this. I want to be loved like this. I was even in the mirror this week, like, okay, like I know I love myself, but like, how do I love myself more? Like, what does that look like? You know, if I crave or if I want to have a partner that I have, you know, reciprocity with and commitment and stuff like that, does that mean I don't love myself? Like, or is it just like a natural feeling for me to feel like that? And it's okay. And it's okay for me to have these emotions and want partnerships and want friendships and want these things to be healthy. And just allowing myself to be okay. Like, I want that. Like, I don't have to tell myself that I don't want that because I feel like I'm not gonna have it. I don't have to lie to myself about that. Like, it's okay. Like, and just having those moments, like even today, I did my mirror work today and I was like, you still crying? It's Sunday. Why you still crying? But just being okay with it. Like, it's okay. Like, it's taking me a little bit longer to work with this one. And maybe it's something that I'm gonna continue to have to work on, you know, and it's okay. And just accepting where I am and not being so hard on myself. Like, it's okay if you feel how you feel about certain people, and it's like it's okay. And just giving myself grace because I feel like that's something that I don't do.
Yeah, that's it.
That one really hit.
That's beautiful. Loving on yourself could be just as simple as you spending more time looking at your knees, right? You sitting on the bed and you looking at your knees and you know the shit that you take your knees through. And you taking the extra time to rub your knees You taking the extra time to get to know your knees and the joints and the ligaments and going in there and releasing the stuff. I ain't talking about just going and having somebody else rub on you. Yes, that's a part of self-care, massage, right? It's a healing modality. But to give yourself what it needs, if something is tight in your body, that's showing good. Your body love by giving yourself what your body needs. Is that making sense?
It makes a lot of sense. Like, I slept a lot this week and I was like, why am I sleeping so much? And it's like, no, your body need rest. Like, that's a form of self-care. Like, sleep, like, rest if you tired. Like, so I hear you. 100%.
And Janetta said this week for her, she's been all about forgiveness. Self and others for the things that she knew and ignored, and for the things that she was, it was unconscious to her. She did a lot of releasing this week. And here go down Janetta. I tired. Angie said, I was going to ask if anybody else was so extremely tired this week because I felt exhausted.
So did I. I kept saying, oh, I need to just stay in this bed a little while longer. When it was time to get up, it was like, and normally I'd be wanting to pop up like damn Jack in the Box in the morning. Boom.
Yeah.
This week I was like, you know what? I just feel like I just can't get out of bed.
Yeah. Amanda said she did too.
I was going to ask you what that meant because it's been a long time since I felt how I felt this week. I mean, every time I went to go write, I could barely keep my eyes open. I'm like, what is this? I don't have no energy. I just need to sleep.
We're going to find out we've been on a reality show later. I just want to say that. They zoom in at the right moments on you.
I know, don't it be like, damn, I'm trying to figure out what happened to you. Like, whoa, was anybody else exhausted? Like,
I know camera work when I see it now. You know?
I was saying, what you got set up?
Listen, I couldn't even tell y'all because I don't know.
Don't mess with no setting. Just leave me.
But I will say this:
be vainglorious.
It's a hell of a whole lot of energy to forgive. Hell of a whole lot of energy to love yourself when you're so used to giving all that shit to other people. Because now it's time for you to give it to yourself. Now you got to rev up the energy to do that.
Yeah.
But when you giving it to somebody else, it's just muscle memory.
Yeah, flawlessly. Yeah.
It's taking something now. So, because you got to be comfortable in doing it. So you have to build yourself up to do it. Your body already knew. Your body's knew what y'all was about to be going through this week. It's connected to organs. It is connected to you spiritually. And I'm excited. I thank y'all for coming. If y'all can bow y'all heads and close your eyes, we'll do this closing prayer. Now that our hearts are filled with love and compassion, seal this sacred journey. May the truths revealed guide us forward as we journey to the throat chakra, where authentic voice and expression awaits. We allow the wisdom of our hearts to illuminate our path as we walk in our truth and speak with clarity. Our words will be infused with love and integrity as we express ourselves authentically. Ashe, Aho.
Ashe, Aho.
All right. Yeah. I thank y'all. And I appreciate that. Remember, when you speak with your heart. When you listen, because you're going to have a conversation. That's a part of it. We're going to talk about the conversations, next week. Have the conversation with your heart, but understand it's a conversation. Throat chakra is also learning how to listen. Listen from the heart, not from your mirror. Don't feel some kind of way when the person is saying what they're saying. Listen to the whole entire thing. Do not even try to think about what you gonna say next. Don't. Because a lot of times people hear a word and they hold on to that word the whole damn conversation. They can't wait to say what's been on their mind. You understand what I'm saying? No, listen fully. And then communicate. This is about communication, authentic communication, true communication, and communicating with love and understanding. All right. Janetta said, I love y'all, although I couldn't turn on my camera. I love this. That's all right. Everybody can unmute y'all mics.
All right, love y'all too. Hey, Janetta, we're gonna pay for you a lift. Just to drive you around one day.
And her ass cracking up. You got like 18 laugh emojis. I just want to take my hat off to you guys for honestly just being extremely open, authentic, transparent.
Y'all did that.
Being raw. And it is a big part of your journey, ascending.
I know y'all already feeling lighter.
Yeah.
So
it's forgiveness and gratitude in one shot, just from what I was hearing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, y'all need to celebrate this one because y'all did y'all big one on this one for real.
Y'all
no
put
lie.
in some work.
Yeah. So
and the work don't stop. Because
damn,
that throat chakra is something else.
Some conversations need to be had, some things that need to be said that haven't been said.
Oh shit.
Right. I was just about to say that. Oh shit.
Still come out your mouth because you're the manifester.
Ooh wee. And so whatever, maybe it's some dead scenarios that's been dead for a long time. Don't be surprised if some people that show up in your life that you need to say some shit to that you haven't. Spirit work.
Valencia, don't make that face.
Because people about to be spinning the block. I already know.
For sure.
We already had that conversation. Oh my gosh.
But trust and understand, if you do this in love, it's gonna be all good.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Say anything for
all right, good night, everybody.
Love y'all.
Hey, Brandon,
No.
Thank
You know
y'all
I
for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for being transparent.
My butt hurt, fam. I'm sitting in the folding chair, man.
Brandon, you can get up and move around,
I'll be trying to be obedient, you know what I'm saying? Y'all look,
did she say we couldn't move? Did they say
hold on, the relationship with me and Salazino is a little different. You gotta understand. All right, good night, y'all.
That's why my ass got so emotional. I've been knowing this man as a little teeny bopper up in here.
11, man. 10, 11 years old.
When we gonna leave?
I guess we can go.
When you gonna leave?
I want to hear the access conversation. I can hear this.
For real.
All right, good night, y'all. It's in the excess conversation.
Forget.
Enjoy your evening, okay? Well, the morning, shit. Enjoy your morning. Get as much sleep as you can. Get some damn rest.
I'm like, it's 10 o'clock.
All right, nigga, hit the exit button.
Bye, Amanda and Tucker.
Nigga, can you? Oh my God.
Y'all take y'all ass to bed.
Thank you, Alex.
Good night. Have a good night. Thank you, guys.
Have a good one. Okay, be safe.
Thank you.
All right, bro.
Yeah.